Okay guys, this is the question number 11, exercise 6.4 FSC कराची बोर्ड सेकेंड ईयर। यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन के अंदर हम सबसे पहले ब्रेक करना चाहते हैं, ब्रेक करेंगे किसको, दैट इज 10 क्यूब जो है इसको हम ब्रेक करते हैं 10 क्यूब को स्क्वायर एक्स 10x sec x dx, राइट। इसको ब्रेक करते हैं। ब्रेक किया हमने, ब्रेक करने के बाद हमें ये पता है कि 1 प्लस 10 स्क्वायर एक्स 10 स्क्वायर एक्स इज इक्वल टू सेक स्क्वायर एक्स, राइट। सो 10 स्क्वायर एक्स इक्वल्स सेक square x minus 1. Okay, we are going to substitute this value of 10 square x in original question, which becomes now pi 0 sec square x minus 1 10x sec x dx, right. This is the condition. Now we suppose that t equals sec x, find the derivative with respect to x. That gives us sec x tan x dt equals now sec x tan x cross multiply dx up here, right. So now putting the values of the limits into this one to change the limits into new limits, we know that t equals sec x, and in place of x I am going to put pi. Sec x means sec 180, that is almost it gives, sec means 1 upon cos pi, 1 upon cos pi, that is 1 upon cos pi is minus 1, that gives us minus 1, right. Similarly t equals sec x, in place of x I am going to put 0, and 1 upon cos of 0, that is 1 upon 1, that is 1, right. So my limits are minus 1 and 1. Putting the values into the original question, I have now integral of the new limits are minus 1 and 1, and in place of this part I am going to put t square minus 1, and in place of 10x sec x dx, that is equal to dt. From here just substitute the values in terms of t, and now the question is very simple form. Find the integrals, that is 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 minus t, okay, and that gives minus 1 and 1. Now inserting the values, first simplify this one, inserting the value minus 1 minus 1 1, okay. Now putting solving this one, this gives us minus 1 upon 3 plus 1 1 upon 3 minus 1, so minus 1 upon 3 plus 1 minus 1 upon 3 plus 1, so minus 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 3 that gives minus 2 upon 3. These both give minus 2 upon 3 plus 2, and that gives minus 2 plus 6 upon 3, that is 4 upon 3, which is our final answer. Okay guys, this question, last question of exercise 6.4. So to solve this question, first we are going to bring it to in some favorable condition. Let's multiply the question with 2 and multiply and divide with 2. 2 sine square 2x cos square 2x divided by 2 dx, right? And this becomes 2 sine square 2x cos square 2x. We can write this in the form whole square, taking this 2 as a common outside. We can write this condition in the form like sine 4x upon 2 whole square dx, right? And this can be further written as, by applying the square inside, pi upon 4 0, this can be written as sine square 4x upon 4 dx. Take this 1 upon 4 outside the integral, and this can be written as sine square 4x dx, right? And now by applying the integral on the question, and before that we know that cos of 8x can be written by using the original formulas in our previous discussions. 4x, we can write this is in the form. Okay, now 2 sine square 4x can be written as 1 minus cos 8x, and sine square 4x 1 minus cos 8x upon 2. Okay, now in place of this sine square 4x, I am going to write this part. That will give me 1 upon 4.40, 1 minus cos of 8x upon 2 dx, right? So now applying the integral, okay, I have multiplied this 2 outside here with 4, and now it's 1 upon 8 now. Now I'm going to apply this integral individually on 1 and cos 8x. That will be, this will give me x minus sine 8x upon 8 pi upon 4 and 0. Okay, now applying this pi upon 4 1 by 1, first put the upper limit in place of x, sine 8 pi upon 4 divided by 8 minus, okay, let's put this inside the bracket, minus 0 minus sine 8 0 upon 8. Okay, I must write the curly bracket first, but it doesn't matter. 1 upon 8, let's suppose. Now the remove the brackets. Now this gives pi upon 4, 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8. This gives sine 2 pi, sine 2 pi upon 8, and this becomes 0, this becomes plus sine 0, that gives sine a to 0, this gives 0, 0 upon 8 is 0. Okay, this whole part becomes 0. And what about this part? 1 upon 8 pi upon 4 minus sine 2 pi is 0 upon 8 plus 0. This whole part becomes 0. 1 upon 8. I'm left with pi upon 4, and that gives pi upon 32. So this is my final answer. Okay guys, starting with question number 10 now. Let's, in place of sine x, I'm going to suppose t is equal to sine x, and taking the derivative of sine x dt with respect to x, that gives cos x, right? So dt equals cos x dx, and we know that cos square x equals 1 minus sine square x, and I have supposed that t equals sine x, so I can write now cos square x equal to 1 minus t square, right? So if t square by t square equals that t equals sine pi upon 2, that is equal to, now changing the limits, that gives sine 91. In place of x, I am going to now I'm changing the limits, so upper limit is 1 now, and what about the lower limit? That is t equals sine, lower limit is pi upon 6, that is equals to sine pi upon 6, that is equal to sine 30, and which is equal to 1 upon 2, right? So now by putting the given limits and the suppositions into the question, that gives us first we have to change a little bit, that is cos cube of x. We are going to break this cube into a square and a cos dx upon root of sine x, right? Now by putting the values that we have supposed up here, cos square x t sine x and cos x dx, these all values into this original question, that gives us, now we are provided with, in place of pi upon 2 it's 1, and in place of pi upon 6 is 1 upon 2 cos square x, that is equal to 1 minus t square, right? And in place of cos x dx, I'm going to write dt whole divided by root of what is sin x? Sin x is equal to t, right? Now solving this question using t now, that gives us 1 upon 2 whole divided by t 1 upon 2. I have just removed this root symbol and write 1 upon 2, and this is dt, right? Again making some change, moving this t whole t power 1 upon 2 into the numerator, that gives minus 1 upon 2, 1 minus t square dt and multiplying this t power minus 1 upon 2 and this t minus 1 upon 2 plus 2 dt, and that gives, still now we haven't applied this integral. We are just making a suitable condition to find the integral, and this gives 3 upon 2. Okay, now this is the condition where we are going to apply the integral now. So the more simpler the question you make, the easily you can find the integral. So we are going to apply this integral individually on each part, this one and this one. So applying the integral, this becomes t power minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 whole divided by minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 minus t power 3 upon 2 plus 1 whole divided by 3 upon 2 plus 1, and the limits are 1 and 1 upon 2. T power 1 upon 2 minus t power 5 upon 2 1 upon 2. Okay, now just moving this 2 up here, this becomes 2t power 1 upon 2 minus 2 upon 5 t power 5 upon 2, right? And now applying the limits, upper limit and lower limit individually, we got this condition. We just first we have substituted over here, we have 1, right? Now simplifying this part, this becomes 2 power whatever the power of 1 is, that gives you only 1, and 1 multiplied by 2 is 2 minus 2 upon 5. Okay, this is the first part, and the second part that gives 2 into, you can write this as 1 upon under root 2 minus 2 upon 5. This also gives 1 upon 2 to the power 5 upon 2, right? And simplifying this part, this is 5 2s are 10, 10 minus 2, that just keep this as it is, 2 upon 5 minus 2 whole root of 2 minus 2 upon 5. You can write it as 2 power 5 1 upon 2, right? So that gives us 2 minus 2 upon 5 minus 2 upon root 2 minus 2 into 5 multiplied by 32 root, right? So simplifying, sorry, this here we have a bracket, okay, and this one is in the brackets. So 2 5 2s are 10, 10 minus 2 8 upon 5 minus you can simply now write this as 2 upon under root 2 minus 2 upon 5 into 4 under root 2, right? Bracket in this inside brackets. So further we can write 8 upon 5 minus 2 under root 2. The main problem is here we are simplifying this one part only. So let's break this 2 into 2 under root 2's minus 2 upon, you can say 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, sorry, here we have 1 now. This gives 10 under root 2, right? So 8 upon 5 minus root cancel out, under root 2 minus 1 upon 10 under root 2, and again minus 8 upon 5. This gives us LCM 10 under root 2. This, when you multiply 10 under root here 10 into 2 minus 1, so under root 2 becomes 2. 8 upon 5 minus, that gives 20 minus 1, 19 upon 10 under root 2. So this continues on, and you can simply just make a simpler condition for this question. So taking the LCM, we got this part, and take a common 5, that gives 16 under root 2 minus 19 whole divided by 50 under root 2. I think it's not visible, so let's 5 ones are 5, 5 tens are 50. So our final answer is 16 under root 2 minus 19 divided by 10 under root 2. So till now we have this. You can also, somebody can change the condition by multiplying some terms like under root 2, multiplying by 10 under root 2, multiplying dividing by 10 under root 2. So till now our simplified form is this one. We consider this as our answer.